I'm doing my best to be patient. As with all the Project 308 videos, I shoot a bit of footage, I edit it, I shoot a bit more, and eventually I have enough to publish a video. And I guess you can tell right now this footage that I shot with my phone, it's all I got. But do check out my door repair. Man, it looks great. And if some actual footage of a car being painted shows up at the end of this video, well, hallelujah.
Jim Bobby. Okie Jimmy's my electrician. Hang on. Come over here. Say hi.
Hello, YouTube land.
So this has got to go.
Just all like this.
Yeah. Ready? 3. Go. Shift shaft seals. That's what I'm working on right now. Shift shaft seals. Say that 10 times fast and try and not sound like an idiot. All right, the camera's totally in the way, but let's see what we can do.
Just in case it isn't clear, this is the shaft that goes through the oil pan towards the transmission so that the driver can change gears. And of course there's 2 seals there, and what better time to service them than right now?
Okay, like an old seal versus new seal. Pliable, very stiff. Pliable, very stiff. So one. Alright, this seal is definitely old. That's how it's broken. And it's look, that is completely and totally dry. Yes. I'm gonna go get a bit of oil. 1 second. Alright, got some oil. Shaft is covered. Gently. There we go. This transmission does not look like it's got 69,000 miles on it. If you look over here on the pinion, so to speak, for the differential, let me slide the camera over. I can't say for sure whether this transmission's been rebuilt, but damn it, it's in great shape. I don't see any sort of concerns. When you have a vehicle that it kind of chirps when it goes into a specific gear, it's this piece right here. That's the blocker ring. And that is the gear that sort of meshes it all together. Input shaft is turning. It's coming through here, out here. Not this shaft here. This is the reverse idler shaft. Through there, through there, through there, through there. In neutral, I can actually sit and lock that in there and hold that. See how I can hold that? That means I'm in neutral. So we're gonna hold that right there. We saw that lever, that shift fork move across. Power's coming in. When the synchronizer moves across, it locks this gear to the shaft. So the power is coming in here, through that gear, this way, and we can see that that is turning that way, and I can no longer hold it. It has to move, it has to move. Now I'm gonna go to reverse. Okay, now the power is here. This gear is freewheeling, even though it's in constant mesh. They're always in constant mesh. The power is coming in for the input shaft here. It's now going through here, up, through there, 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 there. Now you can see that that's turning the other way. Back to neutral. First gear. This is going to be reversed. Second, third, fourth, and fifth are over on this shaft over here, right? We're going to grab. Oh, that'll be fourth. That'll be third. We can see that spinning faster. See that spinning faster. There's fourth. All right. Come on. There's fifth. So what you don't see are the hours of scraping and cleaning. Now normally I do them all in fast forward, but guess what? They get done in not fast forward. Alrighty, so I'm about an hour in. I've got most of it scraped off. Thankfully to this little carbide scraper. Man, Terry just said, try this. And I'm like, oh my God. I still got some cleaning up to do around here, around all the studs. And then sort of gonna flush the transmission down a bit just to make sure nothing's fallen into it. But I've been pretty careful about getting it all on the outside. But so far, it's looking pretty good. Looking at the bottom end, I think it looks pretty darn decent. I'm going to head over here right now and clean up the sandwich plate area gasket there before I bolt it all together, because I'm guaranteed to get some debris into there. And if I put the cover on, I'm just going to have to take it back off again to clean it. So, right there now.
Again with the cleaning. Jeez, enough already.
Listen, folks, if I gotta suffer through it at 10 times the length, you can suffer for a minute. I just want to go like this Alright, thankfully this only goes on one way. There we go. If I put this on the wrong way, my bolt holes won't line up. So I'm going to go like that. There it goes. Problem being is I've got to lift up here and get that windage tray, the two trays back in. So
This was really a two-person job, but everybody in the shop was doing their own thing, you know, fixing cars for a living, making money, and I didn't want to pull them away, so I did it myself. Man, what a frustrating adventure that was. The problem is, it has to be balanced on its side while you hold the bottom pan away from the body about 2 to 3 inches. While balancing this 100-pound piece, you have to access 2 5mm bolts and get them in at an angle, at a 30-degree angle that you can't access directly. I did get it eventually and succeeded, but the battery ran out of my camera and I said, screw it. Capturing that video is not that important. You already got the idea.
Taking a look at the motor, that hose looks original. Those clamps look original. This harness is going to come out. I've got to fix this harness. It is old and crusty. I got to try and find these connectors, but right now I'm going to change the thermostat right there, change that hose, change these clamps, hose clamps. And there's different variety of them, and I'll tell you the ones I like. So if we look here, this is the standard tried-on old school clamp. This one here is the one that I like. They come from Worth. Now these ones are fine for general applications, but they have a tendency to cut into the hose. So I'm going to go with these ones, and let's take care of that now. Okay, that's really messed up. just pulled the thermostat housing off, and there is no thermostat in it. I can't believe that.
Now the question is why is there no thermostat? I'm sure somebody thought that by removing the thermostat, it would run cooler. But that's actually wrong. It'll run hotter. Without the restriction that the thermostat puts in the system, the coolant will circulate too quickly and not go through the rad slowly enough to cool it down. Removing thermostat equals bad, but for some people, they just have this idea that it's the right way to do it. All of these straight hoses are trimmed to fit, which is what I'm doing right now.
Goes there. I guess I should take a look at the water pump. I wasn't going to take it off originally, but now I'm thinking I should take a look at it to see if there's anything buggered up in there.
Why, yes, I am backtracking a bit. It happens from time to time. You know it does. I prefer to call this listening to my gut and trusting my instincts, even when they do come slightly out of order.
There's going to be too much clearance. Too much clearance.
Oh boy. Well, this is not good. That sucks. I would imagine the reason why the thermostat was taken out was because somebody was trying to troubleshoot an overheating problem. Now, this part right there is the impeller, and it sits only about 1 millimeter away from this surface right here, and the impeller needs a very nice, not the impeller, but the machined half should be very smooth, and that is not smooth. That sucks. So chances are this water pump is not pushing nearly as much flow as it's supposed to be able to push. If it can't push it to the front of the car and back, this makes more and more sense why the thermostat was missing from this vehicle. So I'm going to go looking for a body right now and see if I can find one. I'm glad I took it off, as much as I don't want to have to buy that body. I would rather know now than trying to troubleshoot this while it's in the car.
Well, as they say, there's no such thing as a cheap Ferrari. And once again, I've proved them right. I did manage to find a rebuilt water pump with that housing for $400 US. Now, by the time you ship that and convert it to Canadian, it's probably like $1 million, but it's coming. And while I play the hurry up and wait game yet again, I'm going to repair this center harness because I can't find one. Now, because this harness sits in the V of the engine, it gets real hot. And because of that heat, this harness is pretty much at the end of its life. Looking at the electrical connectors closely, they're just waiting to fall off. I might as well deal with it now, just like everything else.
Located in the coolant bridge is that temperature sender there. I can't put it back on until I fix this wiring harness. And looking here, there's 6 wires there, but there's only 3 wires here, A, B, and C. There'll be 3 wires in here buried. We're going to leave them buried. We're just going to try and repair the wiring that's in here.
After stripping the wires out of their sheathing, I've come to realize there's nothing worth saving here. I'm just going to use the end connector, that 6-pin connector. I'm just going to build a small little 3-wire harness. Until I find a new old stock replacement harness, I'll just use the Lou manufactured one.
I'm going to take a picture of this so I can refer to it later on, and I'm going to pull the pins out and just build a small little harness and see if that will do it. Over here, this is a wiring harness I bought for my this is a 90s Caterham Super 7 wiring harness that I bought a couple years ago to scavenge parts for that car over there. So it uses the same sort of technology as far as the pins and whatnot. So I'm just going to try and find the appropriate gauge and cut chunks out of this, try and get the colors as close as I can, and try and rebuild said harness. Sourced out 3 wires. They're all the appropriate length that I need, and they're also the right gauge, the same gauge as these ones. Crimpers like this and crimpers like this. This is the day-to-day ones, which don't really do a good job of crimping these sort of style connectors where we need to go like this. These are the ones that I need. I haven't done this in ages, so I may be a little rusty. First wire I'm going to work on is the longest one. I'm going to change this one. Okay. I remembered how to do it. Okay, came up like that. Ah, yes, worked.
Now that I've got everything copied and the correct length, I'm going to give it a quick little test fit before I sheath it up and jam her in there.
The question everybody wants to know is, when are you painting the damn thing?
So I'm going to paint the inside, then mask it off, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll paint this part. And once it's finished, you take them away,
Okay.
right? And then we'll paint the car after.
Alright. Okay, so the doors are going to come back to me.
Yes.
Alright, because you don't want them here.
No, you can babysit them.
Oh, I can babysit them.
Just don't damage them.
Hey, 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 hey!
Don't damage them, that's all. Hopefully by tomorrow, this should be red, the inner.
Okay.
And then I'll let it dry, then mask it out and do the face
Okay.
of the door. So once I call you and I said come pick them up, you know this is going to be next in line.
Okay.
So by this weekend, these doors should be painted inside out. And this,
Okay.
inside out.
That's progress, buddy.
And then you're going to take them away. And then I'll concentrate on the outside. Then when I call you, you come and
Get it the hell out of here.
get it out.
Well, you're not, you don't like having all the attention that it brings?
No, I would keep it here, but everybody will want to touch and want to say, oh, wow, nice. So, you know,
Alright.
you keep them there, make it nice, put them together.
So tell me, Lawrence, what did you think of my speaker repair? My
Awesome.
didn't turn out too bad, eh?
Yeah, if you didn't know it was all cut out here, you would never know that was replaced.
Yeah, eh?
Look like factory, you know.
Not bad for a hack. Not bad for a hack of a mechanic,
You
eh?
did a good job, actually.
Yeah.
Very nice job. I'm impressed. But I know you do good work. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go from there.
All right, man. So I brought you my GoPro because we need some footage. I'm gonna show you how to use it right now.
Okay.
Terry, what do you got there? What are you doing there?
Well, doing something I shouldn't be doing. Depends. This is off my Buick. And what I'm doing is removing this portion here, which is the EGR system on the car. And since I'm not running the EGR system anymore, I am removing it because it blocks the last 2 passages and causes the car to run lean.
What kind of car are you working on?
So I have a 86 Buick Regal 3.8 turbocharged car.
So that's one of those rare T-types.
Yeah, so this is a T-type.
What color? It's the white one, right?
It's the white one with a burgundy interior.
Okay.
So I'm trying to mill it off, but I'm having problems getting it set in the mill tight enough.
Yeah, that's because you. I'm sure that's because you didn't want to remove my vise.
Yeah, I didn't want to take the vise off because it's too hard to set the vise back up to
All right,
the chuck.
but you're gonna have to.
But I'm gonna have to take it off.
All right.
And remount it.
All right, cool.
Yep.
And here we are at the end of part number 9. I gotta say, I was hoping that the car would be painted. Just like you, I want the car back here because I can only stare at the motor and transmission for so long. It's just like I'm like, come on, bring the goddamn car back. But you know how it goes. It can only happen as quickly as it can happen. Right now, I'm working on a lighting upgrade. I got the motor covered. I'm waiting for that water pump to come in, and I'm just getting rid of all these fluorescent tubes, and I'm replacing them all with LEDs to make more of a consistent light base in here. Anyways, thank you for watching, and do hit the like button and the subscribe button and whatever you're supposed to do, and I'll catch you at part 10. And I'm pretty damn sure part 10 is going to be focused on the paint of the car. Please. Anyways, thanks. Bye.